excitement. There's a buzz.
Yeah,
Is this a good thing?
I think so. I mean, anything to do with Will and Kate lately has been a very exciting thing. I mean, from their royal visit in Canada last year and their wedding last year, I think it's just another kind of Charles and Diana all over again.
Yeah, and it seems like the momentum of the monarchy, the excitement kind of just continues to roll, and them announcing that they're having a baby is another stop on this kind of momentum.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, this child will, most likely be a future heir to the throne. So that's another exciting thing, that there's going to be another, heir to the throne. Will now be third in line. So it's just, another step when it comes to the royal family.
It's going to be however many months of frenzy now. How do you think this is going to play out as we get closer?
Well, I mean, I'm sure as we get closer, it'll be almost like a William and Harry birth all over again, in the 80s. People, 9 months from now, there'll be media camped out in front of the hospital waiting to know if it's a girl or a boy. Somebody asked me today, what happens if there's twins? What happens there? And my understanding is if it's a firstborn, if that would happen. But if it's a girl that's a firstborn, because the rules haven't changed yet, if the other twin's a male, technically they would be, because it's the male prerogative right now, they haven't actually changed the rules to allow it actually to be a firstborn.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Are you going to be inundated? How are you going to follow up with all of this? How do you get your news when it comes to the royal couple and this baby debacle?
I mostly just read up online, and we get bulletins regularly from the Monarchist League, and it'll just be 9 months of probably sporadic interviews, and then come the time when there's going to be a new baby, I'm sure it'll be a very busy time.
Josh, have you seen a change in the way Canadians view the royal family because of Will and Kate in Canada?
Yes. I think there's a lot more younger people who are taking an interest not only on the royal watching side, but on the constitutional monarchy side as well. Because there has to be that clear distinction between being kind of a royal watcher and being interested in the monarchy based on its constitutional meaning in Canada. And I think with the Harper government especially, they are doing a very good job of kind of introducing Canadians to the monarchy with all the work done on the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, recognizing Canadians from across the country with 60,000 Diamond Jubilee medals from all walks of life. I think they've done a good job of introducing Canadians back into the monarchy and getting Canadians excited again. I think any royal visit in the last 6-7 years, you've had a huge turnout of people that are out, and really you don't get that for anyone else, less the President of the United States.
Kate and Will have almost become, they are celebrities. I mean, they're part of the royal family, but they are celebrities, and we're obsessed now, it seems, with every move they make. Mm-hmm. But do you think when you have a thing like a wedding and a baby, because these are very human things, do you think it kind of ties us a little closer to these people who seemingly are untouchable at times?
Yeah, I think it gives people a better opportunity to relate on a more kind of human level when it comes to the royal family. I mean, William and Kate are very different from what Charles and Diana were. But at the same time, it's still that fairy tale wedding. But I think the royal family has learned a lot of lessons from the 80s and 90s when it came to kind of being able to relate to the average Joe, for lack of a better term. And I think they're doing a good job. And I think Will and Kate and Harry and that whole generation are doing a very good job when it comes to, just getting out there and just being able to relate to them, for people to say, I'm interested again. It's not, it's the Charles and Diana of my generation.
Sure. The name debate. How do you break this down? Are there names that are given? Are there names protocol they have to follow in terms of names? How does this work?
Well, I mean, in the last few years, you've had really the only name that's been standing on its own was Queen Victoria. Since then, you've had King Edward VII, King Edward VIII, King George V, King George VI, Queen Elizabeth II, and Charles. If he goes, it's going to be Charles III. Or if he goes by George, it could be George VII. So it's hard to say what the name debate will be, but that's always an interesting one.
And gut feeling, boy or girl?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know.
Do you want it to be a girl? Do you want it to be a girl? Do you have?
I think it would be fantastic if it was a girl. It'd be, her great grandmother would be the queen, and then you'd have two kings, and then you'd be back to a female monarch. So it might not be bad.
And how many sweepstakes are there going to be in offices and homes around the world?
Oh, I'm sure there'll be a lot. There will be a lot. That'll probably be, the biggest betting game in the next 9 months will be whether it's a girl or whether it's a boy.